Hope everyone's having a good day. So I went to see this health specialist last month. Not because I wanted to. My wife made the appointment. She says, "You've been walking funny lately." I said, "What do you mean walking funny?" She goes, "You know, like you're trying not to drop something valuable." And she's right. I was trying not to drop something valuable. Me! So, I'm sitting in this waiting room, and there's this stack of magazines about healthy aging. I pick one up, and I see this article about leg weakness being the #1 cause of devastating falls in people our age. And I'm thinking, oh great, now my legs are a liability. They're basically 2 flesh-colored lawsuits waiting to happen. But here's where it gets interesting. I start reading, and you know, apparently when we get older, our legs are the first body parts to just give up. And I realize this explains so much. Last week I stood up from my recliner. You know the one, the good one with the cup holder. Yeah, and I swear I actually heard my legs having a conversation. Left leg goes, "All right, he's getting up again. Your turn, buddy." Right leg says, "What? I just carried him to the bathroom an hour ago." "Well, I'm not doing it. He had that extra slice of pizza. That wasn't in the original contract." And I'm standing there, swaying like a tree in a mild breeze, waiting for these two to negotiate who's gonna keep me upright. It's like having the world's worst business partners attached to my torso. So I keep reading this magazine, and this is where the health industry gets really creative. They tell me like I have something called Sarcopenia. Sounds terrifying, right? Like something you'd catch from a bat in a cave. But you know what it actually means? It's just fancy Greek for your muscles are weak. That's it. They took 2 Greek words, mashed them well together, and suddenly, my 30 years of perfecting the art of couch optimization is a medical condition. I should get disability benefits for this. Yes, Your Honor, I'm a professional at sitting. It's taken me decades to master this skill, and now they're telling me it's bad for me? Now, here's the kicker. Our quadriceps muscles can lose 50% of their strength in just 30 days of doing nothing. 50%! Oh gosh. You know what else I lost 50% of? My hair. But that took 20 years. My legs are apparently way more efficient at giving up than my follicles ever were. But wait, please. It's not just about muscles. There is something called neuromuscular connections. Apparently, my brain and my legs need to have regular team meetings. And lately, they're in what I can only describe as a hostile work environment. Picture this. My brain sends down a memo. Attention lower extremities. Please proceed to kitchen for coffee acquisition. And my legs are like, who authorized this? We didn't get the proper paperwork. Also, we're on break. Check with management. And management? That's apparently my stomach. Just busy digesting last night's dinner and doesn't want to be disturbed. So I figure, all right, what's the solution? And this is where they hand me a grocery list that looks like it was written by someone who's never actually been to a grocery store. First item, complete proteins with something called leucine. Not just any proteins, complete proteins. Apparently, proteins have identity issues now. Are you a complete protein? Well, I'm missing a few amino acids, but I'm seeing a therapist about it. Then they tell me I need pasture-raised eggs from chickens that lived better lives than most people I know. These chickens got to walk around outside, eat bugs, socialize, probably had health insurance as well. Meanwhile, I've been buying eggs from chickens that spent their entire lives in what's basically a studio apartment with no windows. No wonder my legs are depressed. They're getting existential crisis chicken energy. And wild salmon. Not farm-raised, Wild salmon. The kind that had to swim upstream, fight bears, navigate waterfalls, probably had to fill out paperwork to spawn. It's like they want me to eat fish that have better work ethic than I do. I'm sitting here thinking, my legs need motivational fish now? What's next? Inspirational shrimp? But my absolute favorite is when they tell me about grass-fed beef. These cows apparently had personal trainers, meditation coaches, and probably better retirement plans than me. Because somehow, my legs can detect the difference between a stressed-out cow and a zen cow. Like my quadriceps are running some kind of bovine quality control department. Sorry, this cow didn't do enough yoga. Send it back. Now here's where it gets really weird. They want me to drink bone broth. Not regular broth. Not the chicken soup my grandmother made that could cure everything from the flu to a broken heart, but bone broth. Repeat after me, guys. Bone broth. Because apparently, bones have been running an underground collagen smuggling operation inside my body this whole time. Psst. Hey buddy, you want some collagen? I got the premium stuff. Don't tell the cartilage union. And then there's the Greek yogurt requirement, but it has to be full-fat Greek yogurt. The fat-free stuff is apparently completely useless for leg strengthening. So now my legs are not only picky about their cow meditation practices, they're also fat-phobic and lactose judgmental. I'm starting to think my body parts are having secret board meetings about my dietary choices. The latest demand is avocados for monounsaturated fatty acids. 20 years ago, an avocado was just that thing you put in guacamole and hoped it was ripe. Now it's apparently the key to not face-planting in the produce section. I'm convinced there's an avocado lobby behind this whole leg weakness panic. Forget your mortgage payments, but definitely panic about your guacamole consumption. But here's what really gets me. And this took me a while to figure out. Because, like I said, I'm not exactly the quickest guy. It's not just about exercise and protein anymore. Now they're talking about neuroinflammation, gut health, microbiome diversity, and something called the gut-brain axis. Oh yeah, you can repeat that. So apparently, my stomach and my brain have been having budget meetings about whether my legs get operational funding. It's like my digestive system got promoted to CEO without telling me. Well, the brain submitted a request to walk to the mailbox. But the gut committee needs to review the probiotics quarterly report first. Motion tabled until further notice. So there I am, sitting in this doctor's office with a grocery list that reads like a chemistry experiment, realizing I used to think eating was just about not being hungry. Now, I apparently need a PhD in nutrition just to convince my own legs to carry me around. And you know what I figured out? The secret to avoiding these devastating falls isn't really about eating warrior fish and zen beef. It's about getting all your body parts to agree on anything. And based on how well committee meetings work in the rest of my life, well, let's just say I invested in a really good chair.